This is John Fetterman. John Fetterman is a senator from Pennsylvania. He ran as a progressive and as a lefty kind of liberal, which now he claims he isn't. Fetterman is one of the white senators who's entertaining Republicans' xenophobic policy ideas in order to secure funding for Ukraine and Israel. And while he ran as a progressive, a pro-immigrant progressive, who has a wife who's a former dreamer, 3 beautiful kids, he's now going back on his word to protect asylum. On his campaign website, it says, "In the Senate, I will work to modernize our visa system and asylum program so they can't be exploited by bad actors. Also fight for a pathway to citizenship for frontline workers, small business owners, and young people who have only known this country as their home." But now he wants to take sides with Republicans on trying to eliminate asylum. And while he argues that he's not a progressive, 2016, there it is. Plus there are dozens of tweets that people have been showing off about him being a progressive. And while liberals are coming to his defense, it just goes to show how far the Overton window has shifted, in that John Fetterman is essentially a 1980s Republican, except for 1980s Republicans were pro-immigrant and granted asylum to millions, or amnesty to millions of immigrants, granting them a pathway to citizenship. This is not that. So he's not even a 1980s Republican. Yet liberals want to tell us that he's a liberal. And yes, he does stand on some positions that are liberal or leftist, like legalizing marijuana or whatever, but that's just common sense in the modern era. When Republicans start to celebrate you like this, you might be on the wrong side. And let's not forget that Latinos are left out of this conversation. This is basically all white people trying to decide policy for non-white people. What do we call that? We call that white supremacy, right? So you look, everybody, this president of the Immigration Council, nobody knows anything about immigration who's doing these negotiations right now. And again, all white people, leaving the Hispanic congressional coalition out of the whole process. So, I mean, yes, the House is gone, right, for Christmas. The Senate's been working all weekend. Doesn't look like a deal's going to get done. But yet here we are. And the scary part about the whole thing is that Republicans are using something that's unrelated to war funding, like immigration, to implement xenophobic policy ideas to bring us back to Trump-era policies and to try to enact policies that Trump wants to put in place when he gets into office. And they're using immigrant rights now. They're taking asylum rights. They want to take all these things away. The next time war funding comes around, which it will, because this is only temporary for Ukraine, who else are they going to put on the list? Whose rights are they going to take away? It's going to be the LGBTQ community. Who's it going to be? Because if Democrats are letting this do this now, who's next? I recently covered all of this and more. My latest article, antagonistmag.com. It's on Medium, Substack, Patreon, but go check it out. Most recent article. And if you're inclined to, hit up the shop. Maybe hit that donate button and help support the work we do.